Hey guys, Camper15 back at it with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review for you guys, as we are still gonna be talking about, or realistically still talking about, where I'm here to talk about the last and final episode of May I Ask for One Final Thing. Man, this was one of the best villainess animes I have watched, and Scarlet is definitely one of the best villainesses. Um, just point blank, I enjoyed from beginning to end. I don't know if there's any more content to adapt or something like that. Again, if this show were to ever get a season 2, I would be completely for it. If it's like freaking, you know what's her face, Pugatis Palmia doing her best to try to get revenge on Scarlet, again. But honestly, with the way the show ended, it didn't really even need a second season, to be honest. It kind of ended off in a solid conclusion way, funny way, with the way that she basically exposed, well, I wouldn't say exposed the prince, but got pissed off with Prince Julius about what he kind of forced her to do, right? But yes, but anyways, let's get into the episode. So again, Scarlet is going up against Terenzza, and as she essentially used her charm ability on Julius, and now Julius has been charmed, right? So the fight between Julius and Scarlet was funny, to say the least, because albeit it's like Julius has a sense of what he's doing, right? But it's just, again, the whole fact that he's kind of in mid-fight flirting with Scarlet and everything. Cause it's funny because Tyrannus is like, you guys need to stop flirting, I don't like that. Which is absolutely funny because she's like, no, he's supposed to be loving me, not loving Scarlet like that, right? So it's very much clear that even though this man has been charmed, he still is in love with Scarlet, right? um so essentially shit starts to get crazy where basically Terenzza kind of holds Julius's life in hostage, right? Because she has her spear and she's like she's basically threatening his Scarlet. She's like, all right, Scarlet, you need to take those gloves off and move and stop your fighting, right? Otherwise I'm gonna skewer your precious prince's head off. And we know clearly that Scarlet does care a lot about Julius, right? Or she has feelings deep down for Julius, and she doesn't want him to die. So she does what Terenzza obviously offers her, and obviously Terenzza is just happy by this, and she just wants Scarlet just to look with despair, because we do get a flashback to her previous life where she didn't like it to where other people like looked down on her. She felt like, I guess, people were looking down on her, right? I guess she was some nerd girl or something like that in high school or something, and I guess she felt like a lot of people looked down on her and didn't respect her as a person, and really didn't see her as anything worth anything. So that's kind of why she is the character she is in this world, not only with the influence of Palmia, but just strictly the fact that she has this mind. I guess you could say she does have this like kind of god complex in a weird way, where she thinks she's better than most and that people need to look at her at some sort of pedestal. Again, could that just be the Palmia's influence kicking in there? More than likely, yes, but it seemed like she's had this type of issue back in her real world before she got reincarnated into this world, or isekai to this world, right? So yeah, that's the whole thing. And because Scarlet and Julius are really realistically not like respecting her or not looking with despair, she takes that as like, oh, you're looking down on me, right? So it gets into this one situation where basically she's gonna threaten to kill Scarlet and Julius, and basically we find out, like, albeit it shouldn't have never happened for Julius to get charmed, because he has this ability that would negate that, right? And the thing is, we find out the reason why that ability hasn't, that skill or ability that hasn't, activated within Julius, is because it hasn't activated because the person he's in love with hasn't loved them back, right? So basically he needs the person he loves the most has to love them back. And if that's the case, his ability will activate, the charm ability will wear off, and he'll be okay, right? So this is when basically he's kind of holding Scarlet in his arms, and he's basically contending like, well, you're gonna die, right? And this is when Scarlet and Julius have a heart-to-heart moment, and that's when Scarlet basically asks Julius, like, have you loved me, right? And Julius responds by saying, no, I haven't. And that's when Scarlet basically says, well, yeah, no, I haven't either. I haven't had the same feelings about you like that either, like romantic feelings, right? Now Julius is like, that's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. But that's when Scarlet kind of just musters up, and we knew it was a fucking lie, right? And she musters up and she kisses him. Albeit, she was sick and tired and she's always annoyed with this dude. She kisses him on the lips, mind you. And we see a kiss between Scarlet and Julius. And I'm like, oh shit, finally get a kiss between the two. Damn it. This girl finally admits her feelings and finally admits that she's in love. This pisses off Terenzza, and then obviously Julius' skill activates. She tries to do this killing blow, but because Julius' skill activates along with Diana's protection, her Saint abilities, it makes it to where they're not killed, and Terenzza's shocked. Now this is when Palmia gets involved in this, and she, in a weird way, it's like as if she kind of fuses or takes over the body of Terenzza, and basically Julius and Scarlet work together to defeat her, and that's what they end up doing, and basically Scarlet knocks her into the damn solar system away. So Terenzza has been defeated along with Palmia. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean there. It's very vague with what happens with them. It seems like all is one and everything's the day is saved, right? But I was thinking like maybe you have to like kill them or something or imprison them. I don't know, but like, yeah. That's why I don't know, like, if there will be a second season where Palmia will try to come back for some revenge or something. But again, the way the show ended, it ended off in a way where it's like, well, you don't really need a second season. But if it does get a second season, then wouldn't be mad. Again, I don't know if there's any more source material stuff off this series, or if this is just it of the story, and you get left off with a funny happy ending, right? So there's that, right? But the day is saved and everything, so there's that. Diana's brother, or half brother, basically kind of told a white lie to the people, so basically Diana doesn't have to get arrested and basically be charged a crime for what she basically did was selling out the information. And he basically came up with a whole story like, I came up with this whole story and everything and stuff like that. And that it was funny because it pissed off Diana, because she's trying to go at it with her brother, like, why would you do something like that? But that's a kind of funny climax where that whole storyline ends. But Diana can now go back to being the saint, and she's not going to be like accused or be put in prison or anything, right? Now I would still suggest like by Scarlet and Julius, she's gonna have to serve a punishment because that's the case. But I guess no, she's not. I would think Julius would give her a punishment, but who knows? But basically, this is when Scarlet is with her brother and they're driving back in the carriage and everything. And then this is when she kind of deduces and puts two and two together. So in a weird way, Julius kind of set this whole thing up just for Scarlet in a weird way to confess to him. And in that way, that kind of pisses off Scarlet, because she's like, wait, this dude did this entire setup. We could have not even been in this situation to begin with. He did this whole setup. He made me kiss him. He made me pour my heart out to this dude, all so he could get a simple laugh. Okay. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna kick his fucking ass, ain't she? And she shows up, and honestly, it seems like there's a celebration party. She's just like, oh, my darling Scarlet, how are you doing? And obviously, Scarlet just got that look like, I'm going to destroy you right now. But I know you did something, right? So basically, Julia's like, well, okay, that's fair enough. I understand. It's clear you seem mad. But may I ask for one final thing before you do something, right? And she's like, oh, really? Yes, what is that one final thing? Which I'm like, oh, Of course, breaking the fourth wall. Ha! The reference, because the show was titled "One Man Asked for One Final Thing," right? So the thing he asked is like, hey, next time when you kiss me, is it okay if you can lay off like the teeth and everything? He basically critiquing her kiss that they had, right? He then adds on something else that he would want of her to do the next time they kiss. And that's all she wants. And then that's all he is. Scarlett's just like, you do know, Prince, you didn't just ask for one thing. You asked for two things. Now, I'm gonna do you a favor. May I ask you for one final thing? And Julie's like, yeah, sure. What would you like, baby? And she's like, she's like, let me allow you to punch your fucking teeth down your throat. And I watched the dub, and when she dropped the F-bomb, I was like, damn, she just dropped the F. I'm like, she's gonna blow this dude into oblivion. And we basically get the episode where she is about to punch it, and I think they show like this. She punched this dude into the stratosphere too, right? Brother freaking like, Scarlet, no. It's funny because I think the actual like English dub director of the show, actually said like, I think she actually like begged the people to see if like, hey, can we approve her to just drop the F-bomb? Like, it was crazy enough she was using the word bitch, especially in the dub, the entire show. But when I'm watching this live for the first episode for the first time and I heard her drop the F-bomb, I'm like, oh, whoa, I did not expect her to do that. That just goes to show you how pissed she was. She was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So that's basically where the show ended. I'm guessing that Julius is going to continue to be king. Scarlet will be his queen. And they'll have that, I guess you can say, weird kinky relationship where he probably likes to be punished. So, look, man, I can only imagine how bedtime or, sex is with them together. And on top of it, I can only imagine when Scarlet has a child, how is the child going to be raised? But absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Overall, this show was fantastic. I enjoyed this show from beginning to end. Scarlet as the main character was so funny. And again, she's one of those female characters that I just love from the jump, right? Because she stands on her own 2 feet, and she doesn't take shit from nobody. And she'll handle the problem even if it's handling it herself. So I definitely do like her character. She's probably my favorite character or female character out of all the animes I've watched this year. So it definitely was crazy to say the least. It definitely was crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more anime content, because I know I have a bunch of animes I'll be reviewing in the winter season of anime and things like that. So yeah. And then next week, I am planning on potentially doing with my co-host, the Red Wolf, our top 20 animes that we've watched for 2025. And just kind of give it a list. It's our particular order. It's not like a generic order. It's our, I guess you can say, our list of animes that, we thought were our straight up number one, right? Our number 20 are basically our top 20 animes that we've watched throughout the course of the year. We might have like a separate list and everything, breaking it down of like, hey, this is what our thing is and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, look forward to that video. That we'll probably record that on New Year's or something like that, or on either New Year's Eve or one of those days, right? So there's that. But anyways, I'm gonna get over, guys. Catch you guys in the next video, and till then, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day, and happy Christmas holiday as well. Till then, guys, peace.